Hello. Hello. Hi. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I don't know what to say. I hope you all are doing well. Uh, Hi, I'm We Anime or We Anime or Anime We. Or if you play One Piece Bounty Rush, I'm We Annie. Yes, that's who I am. I'm part of the Wheat Alliance. Hello. I love that game. The game's fun. It's so fun. Wheat Alliance. If you like, if you're if anybody actually plays that, that'd be cool. I'd love to play with a fan. Oh, I don't know. I like the game a lot. It's quite fun. I know, talking about One Piece, well, doing a Marvel slash My Hero. Uh, what if? Wow, oh, that's going great. Anyways, part nine. Yeah, part nine. Today we're going over two arcs. Well, a part of an actually no, two arcs. I know we're gonna skip one because I just don't care much for it. I mean, I love the arc. It shows a lot of 1B, which we don't get to see a lot, um, which is great, right? But we're skipping over the 1B versus 1A arc. Oh, joint training arc is what it's called. And we're gonna go straight into the Meta Liberation Army arc. At least some of it, okay? As of today. And so, next part will be probably the final. I'm not gonna guarantee it. It might be the final. I don't know. Okay. Right. Background noise, you might hear it, might not. I don't know. But first off, I'm going to get a drink of water, and then we can start this thing. And but before I get a drink of water and that, and we start the what if, what would you all think about a shorter what if, or actually probably the same length because I'm not good at shortening stuff. A what if where I pick one of the three series or Naruto, one of the ones of those, and I go through it while we go through the main three ones. But this one has like a side project where I have so many ideas and I want to do them all at some point instead of waiting for them to be used as a main series. Why not turn it into like a side series? You know what I'm saying? I hope you do. I hope you get it. I said this a couple of weeks ago, uh, talking about it, mentioning it. I don't know. I have so many ideas. I'm actually writing down one as like I'm recording this. I stopped writing it to record this. It's quite cool. It's quite cool. Um, I can just tell you all, I guess. Hellfire, Quirk, Deku. Uh, I don't know if you want to see that as a main series or um as this side series, the first one. But I also have more ideas I want to do. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, let me get a drink of water and then we can start this, okay? Alright, so where we're starting off is where, well, Midoriya, well, no, the Baku Bros, I don't know, Izuku and Katsuki and Shoto Todoroki are in a car with their driver driving to meet with Endeavor. And we all know how this starts off. He flies around, stops a car, right? Because he knows the area better than these kids, right? This is where his agency is located. This was where they will be training for a little bit, right? Or however long, I think it was like a month in real time. I don't remember. Right. And as things would go on, like this first day, right? Basically the same thing as canon. Midori is just moving a lot easier, right? He's way more maneuverable with this his quirk, and as of right now, right? Well, compared to where he was in canon in the actual manga slash anime, right? It is very much visible that he's moving way easier than he was, right? So yeah, and yeah, you all get it. They meet Hawks talks and blah blah blah, right? And gives Endeavor the book about the um what was it, Meta Liberation Army, giving him hints about that, right? And then so on and so forth, right? We see a montage of them trying to catch up with Endeavor, never actually getting to, um, right? And then um, Fumi would text Endeavor, telling him, "Hey, come home, dinner will be ready." Blah blah blah, right? Which he would go to with the three students, Todoroki, and two Bakugo brothers, twins, the two Bakugo twins. Um, when they would get there, they would come in, go in, they would eat. Midoriya would be, or Izuku rather, would be eating with his mask halfway up, like where it's like above, like on the bridge of his nose. And Fumi would ask, um, Bakugo, right? Which one? The one with the mask. Okay, sorry. You're fine. And Izuku would say, you can just call me Izuku. It's way easier, honestly, instead of just calling both of us Bakugo. Um, yeah. Oh, okay. Izuku. Um, why do you have your mask on? Oh, well, Bakugo would look at Midoriya, and I mean Izuku. Good lord. At this point, I'm sorry. At this point, I need to stop myself because you all know who the character is. I don't have to keep on explaining it to you, right? I don't need to, or keep on switching up. I don't need to. I'm doing it because I'm gonna piss myself off if I don't do it. But anyways, like I said, Isuku would say, "Oh, because of this," as he would take his mask off and he would show him that these two are irreplaceable. Like there's nothing stopping them from just switching places in each other's lives. As of looks, at least. Their quirks are completely different. They act completely get different as well. They're different people, just in the same body. Weird. Oh, like everyone would be looking at Midoriya like, you don't take that off that easy. You don't do that. Choto's a dude. Okay, I want to make that entirely clear. That one episode, I don't know what I was doing. The ship I was having mine is actually Deku and Jiro. That's actually the ship. Blah blah blah. But whatever. Anyways, um, right as it would go on, uh, what? What am I saying? What was I saying? Right. They were talking. Well, they were all looking at Midoriya. Like Endeavor's never seen his face, so he just expected him to look similar to his brother. Not this similar. Um, Everyone else, well, Bakugo, well, Katsuki, and Shoto knew what he looked like. They know, especially Bakugo, legit siblings. Well, same person, they're clones. Well, Midoriya's a clone, right? Midori would also, I mean, he does have a burn on his face, like very similar to like say Zuko or Todoroki, right? Those two burns are very similar. Like over the eye type deal, like burning through the hair. Like you can see it through the hair. Like the hair didn't get burnt off, or actually probably did. I don't know how it works, right? Femi would say, "Oh, I guess that's why you had a mask on." Yeah, you don't have to seem so shocked about it. Jeez. But yeah, we're twins. Very much looking twins. It's kind of creepy once we first see it because like we could, besides our quirks, we could instantly just like switch like lives. And Natsuo would say, "Wait a second, you two don't have the same quirk or anything close to it." No, he does booms. I'm a spider. I don't get it either. Um, from what our parents told us, or well, us, yeah, uh, our grandparents on our father's side, or not grandparents, but ancestors, like back then, uh, way far in the past, had spider-like quirks, and then somehow that dwelled into, uh, because of one member branched off, had another kid, and then that kid had another kid, and that kid had, well, that was our father's line. And then, as for a mother, nitroglycerin something, I don't know. Don't really pay attention. He's right, he doesn't. That sounds more like Davi. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not good at Bakugo. I mean, I probably, if I tried and didn't want to blow out my mic, I could probably do a Bakugo. Uh, Not a good one. I could probably do one though. Not gonna say it would be good or anything, but I can probably do one. Do a Bakugo impression. Not gonna say it's good, right? Like I said, it's not probably not gonna be good. Tried to do an impression of Zora once. Um. I thought it was good. Don't know about anyone else. I thought it was good. I based it off of Johnny Young Bosch's voice. Uh, I can't do it anymore because I lost it. I quit doing it after I did the what if. Uh, what if Deku was Zora Ideale's reincarnation? I completely just stopped doing the like compression, didn't keep it, so I kind of just lost it. Now, given if I went back and tried it again, I probably could, but I also destroyed my throat, so probably not until I learn how to actually do certain things. Right. Anyways, so shit. Sorry, pressed my thing. It turned down my audio, which doesn't matter to anything. But anyways, like I said, uh, Then Midori would put back on his mask above his like the bridge of his nose, and after he would get they would all get done eating, he would help with the dishes, or well, he would do the dishes as everybody else uh, took them to him, or Todoroki and well Bakugo and Fumi would help, right? He made this big argument with Fumi, like, oh, you brought me in your house, gave me food, the least I can do is this, okay? And it took a good. Shoto had to like budge in and say, Fumi, just let him do it. He's not gonna stop until you do, until you let him do it, right? Something like that. I actually did that once in my day to day life. Uh, Friends, hanging out, home, not my house, their house. I did the dishes for their mother. Single parent, helped out. Nothing like that. Get your head out of the gutter, weirdo. But anyways, I know someone thought of that. But anyways, I helped out. Right? What are you staring at? Anyways, right after he would do that, uh, Todoroki and Fumi would have that same conversation that they do in canon. Right? Natsuo would leave, get captured by that mummy guy that Endeavor put up like years ago, and now he came back for revenge. Right? And yeah, then they would all go outside the house, blah blah blah. Right? See cars being held up. That guy would yell at Endeavor. Midori would be on the run. Just he'd be straight in. Just like he would zone out and go straight in as those cars would be thrown at him. He would web the cars down, even though they would land hard. If there were people in them, they would be fine. Just a little bit like a big bumpy ride. They would probably hit their head on like the roof, but that's it. Okay, that's it. Still wouldn't feel good, but he does his best. He did his best. He would be up in this guy's face, uh, getting out his stingers. He would jab one into a bandage and rip down, that tearing it off. And then the last little bit, Midori would grab with his hand. He would grab Natsuo. He would kick this guy in the face, making him bounce off, well, launch off of his face. He would go backwards. Midori would go the other way, right, with Natsuo in hand, as he would, like, turn upside down. They would be upside down as he would web, and he would swing on a web all the way back over to Endeavor and everybody else. Or a little bit behind them as Endeavor would light his fist ablaze and he would use Flash Fire Fist, Jet Burn, and then boom, right, taking this guy out. As Midoriya would help Natsuo get out of this, Midoriya would say, you know, you're very irresponsible for being older than me. What? What? Did you say? What? That wasn't my fault. Oh, I know it wasn't, but you're really irresponsible, honestly. You have a quirk, right? Now, given, I'm not going to say this to everybody, but you're that guy's son. So I don't know, I gotta, I mean, you can't run away from that. I've tried to. I tried to run away from like, I was rebellious phase. We got out of it, like, within a month. But I said this to Todoroki, or Choto, um, back at the festival, the sports festival. he, I don't know what's, I don't want to know about your past. I don't care. Okay, I do care, but I don't want to know. Okay? That man's still your father. Maybe you all had a bad past. A past can be much, it can't die, but it can be fixed. He's, I know not a lot of people can tell, but he's trying his best. I know you don't want to realize that. I, I don't know. Do what you will with your family business. I'm not gonna get in your way. I'm tired though. Wait, and Fumi would say, Natsu, you were, I'm fine. Thank you, kid. I have a name, Izuku. Fine. At least you didn't call me Spider Boy, honestly. A lot of people get that real mixed up with my name. As he would, like, bring out a stinger. I haven't done anything to anybody. Totally. Can't prove anything. And Fumi would say, Wait, I saw you swing webs. That's spider like. What else can you do? Uh, I can climb on walls. I have poison or venom, technically. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's like a venom that there's two different types. Like a lethal one that I may have ended a man's existence. No, well, not existence, but breathing with. Um, and then there's the paralyzation one. You get like paralyzed a little bit. It feels bitter. I don't know. I don't get it. Actually, I don't know what it feels like. Uh, I have like that spider sense. I can tell when danger's going. See, like that, as like Bakugo would punch him, try to punch him in the back of the head to prove a point. Like he would like dodge, just move his head. Let's see, what else can I do? Oh, when my quirk, you know that like that theory where if you're in like a life or death situation, your quirk like powers up. That happened to me. My wedge got hard as steel in it as you broke a guy's sword, I believe. I don't remember. Um, let's see. Oh, I have these as he would bring out a stinger again. Um, yeah. What? I don't get it either, to be honest with you. Like at all, I don't get it. Don't get it much. What? Uh, I don't know. I don't really question it a lot. Uh, yeah. And we're gonna go a time skip one. I'm also gonna go drink water because it's probably, I think it's been like 30 minutes maybe. Hi, ma'am. Hello. What the hell? Hold on. There is something happening. Uh, Sorry. There's also a cow near me, but there's something in the woods right by me. Something just stirred something, and a bunch of sheep went running. Something's up. Something's sus. Probably a dude or something. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend him trying to do anything, but that's another day. Don't I? You better not touch this cow. That cow's that's nice. But it's curious what to look at. It's most likely a dude trying to get on the property. Meh. Sorry. I get distracted very easily. And I'm scared to put anything in my editing software, so that probably won't be edited out. Uh, with my past experiences trying to put a lot of things in the editing software. So, sorry. That won't be edited out. But that gives you something to laugh about, I think. Probably. However you want to see it. You can see it however. Right. Anyways, time skip, like I said, Meta Liberation Army arc. Okay. So, Midoriya is actually going to be with the ones, well, Edge Shot's team. I forgot to get a drink of water. But yeah, he's going to be with Edge Shot's team. Okay? At the villa in the mountain. No. Right? Something along the lines. I don't know. But like I said, in the villa, in the woods, with uh, Edge Shots, right? Where he's going to be with that team. He's actually going to be in the front line. No, he'll probably be in the back. Yeah, with everybody else, with like the other kids. Okay? As everyone else would be running up, ready to start this, Midori would be in a tree, waiting for his cue to actually start doing stuff. Right? He'd be a little nervous from being separated from his brother. Right. Because they're not very much, like, separated in, like, anything. I mean, except for the whole entire different, like, hero studies, but that's it. And then from then on, they weren't separated much. Besides, like, when Bakugo got napped. But, anyways. So, right. As things would go on, then time skip. Uh, right. As you know, the whole entire thing. Okay, yeah. Giganto Makia is on the move with the League on its back, right? So meaning that Shigaraki has awakened and all that, right? So, yeah. Makia would be on the move to Shigaraki, and everyone would be seeing this. Heroes would be trying to stop him, and Izuku might be that guy, especially using his web wire, which, if you don't know what that is, it's his, well, upgraded webs, right? So he would be webbing through with well, also with a jar of that like sleep thing that Momo made, that thing. I don't remember what it was. I also rewatched it recently, so I feel like I should remember. Uh, it was like a neurotoxin to make him go to sleep, right? It was some type of thing like that. So as things like that would happen, he would start webbing through the woods, following Makia on his, well, at his trail, seeing Kamui Woods, with Midnight and uh, Mount Lady doing their thing. Midoriya would be on the way with one, as the other students would be making their own plan. right? As Midori would start to get close, he would know that where their like the whole entire plan was supposed to be, and they were getting there quickly. He would web onto Kamui Wood's like thing. He'd pull him up as he would be like gliding with his web wings right beside these two. He would yell to them, the other students have a plan. Bear with us, please. Midnight would yell over something. All right, go get him, kid. As Midoriya would web onto Giganteomachia, or closer, right? As he would get closer, he would start to web onto his legs. He would start to wrap around his legs, like so in Captain America Civil War, where Spider-Man is wrapping around um, Ant-Man's legs, but also in Star Wars, I believe it was. I don't. I've never really. Okay, truth be told, I've never been a big Star Wars guy. Like, I like it. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. But I've never really watched a movie of it, like a full movie. Okay, please don't get mad at me. I'm more of a Power Ranger, a Pokemon, um, uh, like DC Marvel kid instead of Star Wars. I've never really been into Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, awesome series, right? I was more of a type of kid like that. Okay, please forgive me, any Star Wars fans. Please don't unsubscribe. We're nearly at 120 people. Y'all got 20 friends. Just get some people to subscribe, please. Please. Anyways, so as he would start to do this, Giganteomachia would have a lot more trouble moving around. Honestly, he would start to make like smaller steps until he couldn't walk. He'd try to break out, but these things were way stronger than he ever expected. So what would have to happen is Dobby would have to walk down, and he would have to use his blue flame quirk to attempt to melt it. But Midoriya would be on his trail with this, seeing his flame shoot down on his webs as Giganteomachia would start to move again. Midoriya would wrap around, grab Dobby with a web, and swing him above his head, like in the air, and slam him on the ground. Just up in the air, falling web, slam him to the ground onto what's his face? Not Smith. Uh, the guy with the long hair in his face. The computer. Spectre? Maybe that's his name? I don't remember. I could really honestly care less. I hate the guy. I hate him. I don't like him. Character design wise, I mean, it's alright. Stupid fly. Get out of my face. Right. You get what I'm saying? I believe it's Spectre. I don't remember. But, anyways, as things would go on, Midoriya would go back to webbing Giganteomachia's legs as Machia would start to sink in like the soft ground, right? With Mud guy, yeah, that guy. He would soften the ground. He would sink. Machia would sink as he does in canon, and then they would try to get it in his mouth. Uh, Mount Lady would open his jaw, and none. Mina would get up there, try to nearly make it, nearly get hit. Right. Uh, Same thing as a canon. Right. where Kirishima runs through Blue Flame and uh like gets hit by Makia as Kirishima would push Mina out of the way as Tetsu would catch her, blah blah blah. Then he would climb up, he would get it in, right? MVP. And then Davi would shoot something, blah blah blah, right? And then Makia would get back out into he would get into like his mole form, which I've never really got. He's a mole and a dog, and I don't get it. Like at all. Don't get it. Just don't. I don't get it. But anyways, right. Okay. Right. Okay. So as Maki would begin to move again, Midori would be on the move. Also, Midnight and Kamui Woods would also be on the move. Uh, Midori would try to get. He would actually somehow he would be on the ground, right? As uh, as Maki would start to like attempt to swing at Midnight, he would stop midway. Multiple webs would be holding him. He would swipe with the other arm. It would stop. Makio would try to be. He would be struggling in like in a tug of war type game. Then we would switch over to Midoriya down there. He would be just holding on for his life. He would be having the toughest time has ever had when holding something back because he's usually when he goes full strength he can do so much stuff, but Makia is just this behemoth with way more strength than Midoriya. He's just a monstrosity, right? So they would be in this Toka War type deal until Makia would just rip Midoriya off the ground through the air and then just bat him away into midnight. Well, not into midnight, but Kami would have midnight again. He would be batted away and then grabbed and then thrown to the ground. But Midoriya wouldn't quit. Then he would be bloody. His head would be cracked open, and maybe an arm broken, maybe a couple ribs. But he's not done. He would web back up. He would grab Maki's arm with a web, and he would start to swing around the entire like his entire torso. He would wrap his other arm. He would grab his other arm with a web. Like his one arm would be basically tied behind his back, right, and the other one would be like in front of him, like just tied on his like right no left pec. Okay, the left one is on his back. The right hand is on his like left pec, like tied, like just tied down, right? Until Dobby would just burn it all, and then Makia would grab, well, attempt to hit Midori, but he would dodge as, and then Makia would hit Midnight, sending her flying. Midoriya would be like he would yell out Midnight, uh, or something, right? He would be just swinging through until he got just batted away like a bug. But that would be in the same direction as Midnight. So with a little bit left of his strength he would web her, bring him down to, well, bring her down to him or up to him as Midori would take the brunt of the fall, right? Like that brunt impact of the fall. then they would start to skid. Midoriya would still somehow be uh, conscious. Midnight would be also conscious. She would be on beside him, laying down, uh, saying, "What? What? Midoriya? No, Bakugo? Stop! Oh, I think you broke more ribs. I hate that thing. It's so dead. I'm gonna put a lethal dose. I'm ending that thing. I'm gonna take a limb from him. Okay, gotta get you somehow here. Okay, you know what? I got a better idea. Gotta get her. I got it. That thing's dead. His like mask would be torn from where he got hit. Like his front of his face is just like the left side of his face is just like mangled. Not mangled. I know a lot of you probably have seen this most recent season of My Hero and the fight, well, Bakugo at the end of it. That's how Midoriya looks right now. Like he would begin to stand up, his arm just messed up, hanging there. He would say, "Oh wow, oh wow," and they made me a clone, and they couldn't just make me with like metal bones or something. And Midnight would say, "What? Oh, right, you're here. I forgot. Oh, you were unconscious. I'm a clone. Hi, I'm the clone of Bakugo. Parents, weird. They wanted him to have. I'll explain it later if we both live. Uh, you're my priority, though. I'm not letting him take a teacher of mine." He wouldn't say that in that sing songy way. He would say it in a serious way. So he would pick up Midnight with one arm, put her on his back, web her arms to him, legs to him. Kind of like how Peter carries around MJ in a lot of like different types of Spider-Man media. Kind of like that, right? He would web with his one good arm until he would find uh, his classmates. As he would land in a very rough matter, like he would just fall face first uh, on his face. He would just rip off the rest of the mask, throw it on the ground. He would say, "I'm gonna chase him. I don't care what you all say. Keep her safe. I'll be back. If I'm not, I'm dead. But that's fine. I'm a clone anyways. Don't got much to live for anyways." As he would web away immediately, Midnight would just lay down and say, "Oh, he's certainly a man, all right." And it gets me turned on. It's kind of like that type of matter. I love Midnight. I love her. I love her. Honestly, she's awesome. One of my favorite characters. Uh, just honestly. But, right, as I said, he would be on. He would keep on webbing after Gigantia Machia any way he can. Any, like, or if he can't find anything to web on, since he would be destroying everything through, like, a city-wide thing, he would just start to run, like, okay, yep, there's a good career path, woohoo. He would just be running his ass off. And then he would eventually catch up to Machia. Right. At the same point Dobby would be doing his speech, Machia hasn't went to sleep yet, or hasn't been hit by Endeavor. So Midoriya Venom Point with lethal intention, lethal poison, a probably the most dosage he could probably produce. Like it's covered, it's like dripping. That's sus, but you get what I'm saying. Like a lot of poison. he would jump up, he would web, boom, somehow. He would web, right? Or actually, he probably would just jump up, and he would just bring his stinger into Makia's arm, like, or shoulder area, right? As he would just start repeatedly, just like, I don't know if I can, I can probably say it. Cell sword hard say it. Uh, he would repeatedly just stab Makia in like very like similar spots, and then he would be swatted by Makia, and then Best Gene or not Best Genus, or yeah, Best Genus would do his wrap. He would wrap him in the blackout, whatever, like it. You know how it shows up, and just wraps everything, everyone, right? And then Mister Compress made that man live on. I loved that scene. Oh my goody gumdrops. I love that scene so much. I loved it. It was so good. Uh, right. As I said. And then he would do that. Midoriya would be swatted. Bakugo would see this. He would be pissed. Like, he got stabbed by All For One, right? When All For One took control of Shigaraki's body because Shigaraki was just out of it, right? He got okay. Bakugo would he would be pissed, but Shoto seeing him fly, Midoriya flying. What the hell? How did he? When did Midoriya get here? And Bakugo would yell, "I have no damn clue." Right? He would be just trying his best to get over there to catch him, which he doesn't. Actively. He would crash. Midoriya would be hit probably closer to the medics than to Bakugo. Like, Bakugo would see this as he would start to fly. Uh, he would honestly be hit in a direction where he would honestly skid past Aizawa, like, as he would be carried to like medics. He would be just he would just skid, like, he would he would be laying there like, oh man, everything sucks. Like, Aizawa would be there semi okay. Like, he would be awake. He could see this. Like, he would see his student just skid past him and stop a couple feet away from him. And he would say, Izuku, hey, get up, kid. Like, go check on my student. As Bakugo would fly, well, actually, by that point, knowing where he landed, knowing in the semi direction, he would probably go back to the villains. Midoriya can't do anything right now. Makia's wound would start to just like swell, turn purple. Maki would turn over and say, "Ugh, what is happening? Master, what is happening to my... I can't feel my arm. Master, what do I do?" And then Compress would release him, whatever, right? Don't know what to do with the arm. Like, his arm from the wound down would start to turn purple as well, or like splotches of purple would show up. Uh, that limb, by the time he goes to sleep and gets hit by Endeavor and goes to sleep, would be entirely purple. And then, yeah, right. It might begin to spread. See, I've been bit by a spider and it did start to spread if we didn't catch it soon enough. So I wouldn't be here If I didn't catch the infection sooner. Yeah, my life's great. Anyways, right, Maki would go to sleep. Everything else happens as in canon. Uh, right. Aizawa would go like try to go over to Midoriya, but Rocklock would say, "Hey, I'll check on the kid. You get over there." What was the other hero? He had like the I don't remember, but he would bring Aizawa back over to the like medics, get him worked on, as Rocklock would go grab uh Midoriya, trying to wake him up, noticing he's just gashed all over the place, just beat all to hell, like arm messed up, uh, just he's all messed up. His suit is tattered, right, bloody, right. As that clock would pick him up, bring him over there. They don't know how he got there. He wasn't in that raid, the hospital raid. How, how in the hell did this man get here? He was across the damn country. He was so many miles away, mate. Like, bro, like they're so confused until he woke up, or somebody would tell him. Uh, Midnight would probably have told because he would probably not wake up for a while. Uh, Aizawa would be worried, still questioning. Well, I mean, until he got told by Midnight, or by someone that was told by Midnight uh, what happened. Uh, yeah, Midori would be in the hospital for a while. Uh, yeah, I believe that's where I'm going to end it for today. I hope you all enjoyed 2 arcs in this episode. Uh, right? I hope you all enjoyed. Uh, oh yeah. I finally I took off the polls for my next what ifs. Here are the winners. Well, for both of them. You already know that Naofumi. What if Naofumi had the Knuckle hero, which is Brass Knuckles? Okay. What if he was the Knuckle hero? It will be next instead of a Naruto. What if? Right. That will be next. If I'm just gonna do one and see how good it goes. Uh, okay. Well, we'll see how good it goes. If it doesn't do as good as I would previously thought, uh, I won't do another Naofumi What If for a while. I'll switch back to Naruto. Uh, but yeah. Oh yeah, winners. For Deku, the winner is What If Deku had an elemental quirk. Okay, that's the winner for Deku. And for Asta, by a coin flip, what if Asta had light magic? Now, don't worry. If you all voted, if any of you voted for what if Deku had steel magic, that will still be done in the future. Okay, that will still be done sometime in the future. Don't know when. But light magic won this time by a coin flip. It was 50-50. Like, it was, I had to decide with a coin flip, and light magic won. So, yeah. So, I hope you all enjoyed that. And I hope to see y'all next time. Roll the dice. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon, or night. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye, guys.